Hi guys, and welcome to another video. I was kind of hoping that Senji's Corner loading screen was going to be a little bit shorter there than Kaineng, but whatever. I always find that the loading screens, and this shouldn't really come as a surprise, are longer when you're in the capital cities and there's a lot of players around. But yeah, hi, welcome back. We're not doing the hidden dialogues or anything like that. We're going to be continuing on with what could be a very difficult quest. This was the first real roadblock for me and Mike when we were playing through this in hard mode. This was really something else. This was very, very difficult. However, it has actually been made easier since then, and I don't know how much easier. I've only played it in normal mode since then, so hey, maybe it's much easier or maybe it's not. We'll see what happens. If I start failing all over the place, we could have a pretty interesting episode on our hands here. So let's speak to Zanhei, who tells us to be in hard mode, which we are, and he says the Ampha are little better than carbuncles, unsightly blemishes festering on the glorious face of Kaineng. Is this really a glorious face? They lurk in places decent people fear to go, and time has emboldened them. The Dragon Empire does little to stop them, and the Ampha brazenly walk the streets as a result. Now, there's lore here about why the Dragon Empire do little to stop them, why the actual other ministries, as I like to call them, real ministries, the Ministry of Flame, Wind, Earth, and Water, why they don't do anything. And the idea is essentially that because you've got the Ampha and the Jade Brotherhood, don't forget about that gang as well, they're not sort of openly stepped up against, because if the Empire were to knock out the Ampha, say, and just crack down on them, the Jade Brotherhood would swell in size, because the two gangs kind of keep themselves in check, and that's kind of a very unstable balance that's been in place there for a very, very long time. And now the Ministry of Purity are coming along, and it looks like they're really going to be kicking things about a little bit. As much as I'm loath to say it, that may work in our favour. When an organisation becomes so large and so recognisable, it becomes difficult to keep secrets. Secrets are a valuable commodity to some. They can be bought and sold if you know where to look. I always like this line. It reminds me of like in Mass Effect, where you've got the Shadow Broker. Really cool. Nothing like that coming up. Well, kind of maybe something like that coming up. We should travel to the marketplace, he says. Its name carries more connotations than the obvious. Can you hear like children screaming outside my window? Sorry about that. We should be able to learn something there if we speak to the right people. But remember to play smart. If you go in there and demand answers, people will suspect you. If you accept, then speak to me again when you're ready to go. I'll take us there. So, Espionage is practically my middle name. Yes, we are Tom Espionage Bluewood. Or we can say we're surprisingly antisocial. Well, no, let's actually accept the quest. So this is going to take us into a little instance of the marketplace, which is quite cool. There's a few things sort of that have been released, particularly remember with the Mox quests, kind of there was stuff here at the marketplace again. I like it. It seems to become like quite a hub of activity, because when you first come to the city, the marketplace was always a little bit underwhelming for me, because it was just a bit like, oh right, is this the city? And then you kind of have to move north before you get to anything real. The marketplace is just like this random place that you don't really care much for. But anyway, speaking of underwhelming, I went on that oh, hold on. We will create a better world than this one. Maybe not for ourselves, but for those that follow us. What greater responsibility do we have than to safeguard future generations? Fair enough. Make certain that you're ready. We must head to the marketplace. Yeah, speaking of disappointments, I went on that rant last episode. Well, not really a rant, but I talked last episode about the elite skills, energy surge, and being disappointed about that. I can't believe I didn't mention the main thing, the first real disappointment I ever had with a skill I noticed when I was editing this. And this is going to be a great anecdote, by the way, was Chaos Storm. I remember very, very clearly when I first got Chaos Storm, I was like, oh, this skill, this sounds amazing. And then it was just like a little pink thing spinning on the floor. And it's since become a better skill, but it's still, the animation's terrible. Back then, it cost so much energy to cast as well. It was just awful. It really was. But I guess that was because back then I kind of wanted the Mesmer to be more like the Elementalist, because I didn't really understand that classes had to feel distinct and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, right, this is the mission. I'm really thankful, actually, we don't have Shiro's Blades anymore. It would always be situations like this beforehand where our health would be constantly draining. For the mission, okay, we've got Zanhei here, who isn't actually wearing a disguise at all. He says, we'll create a better world. Oh, okay, he says the same thing. You would have thought they'd give him some unique dialogue. There are some quests and winds of change in the later parts that give us disguises, but you don't really get one here. We're just going to talk to what are kind of common people, I suppose, and fish around for secrets and information. But you actually get some interesting stuff to say with the dialogue. So we'll speak to Chi first, who says, fancy armor you're wearing there, stranger. You looking for some company? Are you coming on to me? Company, no. Information, yes. She says, information is something I'll always have a steady supply of, as long as people keep talking in their sleep. Okay, so she's pretty much a prostitute. It can't be much clearer, but it will get clearer. We say that we're looking for information about the Amphar. She says those Amphar thugs don't know how to treat a lady like me. I just might have the information you are looking for, and I may be willing to share it, or maybe I don't, and maybe I won't. I'm a very mysterious woman. So I really like this because you can kind of cotton on. I think she's a prostitute. They don't actually say it, but I think she is supposed to be a prostitute. I don't think that really they could have got away with flat out saying it, but I love the idea. And actually, in this quest, okay, you're going to be interrogating people, you're going to be speaking to people, and you can either get a good response from them or a bad response from them, and once you've spoken to enough people, it will trigger the next bit of the quest. And dialogue that happens in that second bit of the quest changes depending on whether you've generally been good at getting information from people or bad. So you kind of get a choice here. One of these will have the bad response, one will be the good response. So if you're smart and you kind of pay attention to what she says before, like hinting at maybe sleeping with men and stuff, and you actually say to her, I know exactly what a lady like you is interested in, and give her some money, she says, you're a lot less naive than you look. I'm not sure how much sense you can make of it, but whatever the Amphar are planning, they have sent more of their thugs to be involved than I've ever seen before. For so many of them to take time off from terrorising shopkeepers and shaking down honest working ladies such as myself, well, let's just say that whatever they're up to must be very important to them. Okay, alright, I'll let you get back to work, and maybe we'll give you some. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. So yeah, that's the first person. I was toying before filming this with the idea of coming into the mission twice to show you guys like the different responses. However, it depends how difficult the second part of the quest is, because like I said, this can be quite a tough one to play. So we'll see what happens. Pan here says, oh, well, hello! Can I interest you in something that you can really sink your teeth into, if you get what I mean? These are very special goods, the likes of which you won't find anywhere else. Just for the record, I'm not actually 100% sure on what one always gives the good response and the bad response. And what's quite fun about playing in this quest in the first instance, this was the way I played anyway, I spoke to a lot of people, and if I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to say to someone, I'd just ignore them for a while and go to someone else who I was more sure I could get a good response out of, which resulted in you speaking to a lot more NPCs than maybe you had to. You only have to speak to 3 and get 3 decent responses essentially, but there's a lot of NPCs around, so I might speak to a couple of people and not reply to them in the same kind of way that I did the first time playing, and hey, maybe it will feel kind of natural, because I genuinely can't remember all of these, which ones are the good responses or not. So he's interested. Are we interested in something we can sink our teeth into? They're very good, special goods. Okay, I'm very interested. Tell me about the wares, or I want to know about the Amphar and I want to hurt you. I can only have one of these things. Which will it be? Okay, well, we can be a bit of a dick to him. See, some people respond positively to you being a brute. This is the thing. This guy here called Jife, who says, know things? Know things! Yes, I know things. A great many things. Ask me about the birds that live in my hair. Ask me! Okay, no, you're obviously insane. Nobody's down there. At the door. Yeah, the doors are kind of locked. You're locked in here. You can't really escape anywhere if you had to. Chow Chu says, what? Oh gods, they can't see me talking to you. Whoa, 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 calm down. Who can't see you talking to me? They, them. Oh no, is that one of them now? Oh, what do you want? I just want information on the Amphar. Do you know anything? What? No, nothing. I know nothing. Can't walk in this muck. No fitting at all. Okay. You know that they are working with the Amphar, plotting against you. If you tell me what you know, the voices will stop. Okay, so we can manipulate him, or we can say, tell me what you know, or I'll drown you in whatever invisible slime you're standing in. Chow Chu, this is. Oh, we'll go back to him. We'll go back to him. I don't want to like speak to 2 people too quickly, because then if I feel really compelled in a minute to answer someone, we won't really get the chance because we might have had our 3rd response. Jia Wen says, I come here often when I need inspiration for my stories. Seeing so many different kinds of people coming together, people whose paths would otherwise never cross, it's kind of bizarre, isn't it? It makes you feel as though you've stepped through the shadows into some other world. Wait. Yes, yes, that's it! Otherworld, Through the Shadows, will be the title of my next book. It will be dark and mysterious, with an edge of raw, sensual appeal. Oh, I can already feel the money pouring in. Wiki says that this thing here could be a reference to Through the Looking Glass, the sequel to Alice in Wonderland. I don't know about that. I've not read it, but yeah. So if that is a reference, it's a reference. Sometimes I do question what Wiki says are its references and its trivia sections, but most of the time it's pretty damn spot on. There's this guy here called Vaidi, who says, look at this place. I feel as though I'm surrounded by the dregs of Canthan society. Maybe the Ministry of Purity should spend less time dealing with the afflicted and more time dealing with the sickness that are plaguing us from within. Decent folk like myself can scarcely walk the streets anymore without any modicum of safety. This guy strikes me as very much a typical ministry guy, you know, ignoring the Ministry of Purity back during factions when we knew the ministry as we knew them then. You know, terribly incompetent, sending mirrors from Elona to people in poverty, all those kinds of things. Very much strikes me as a guy like that. Ridiculous. And hey, he's asking that the Ministry of Purity do something about the actual people, and I guess they're kind of moving on to that now. There's a guy here called Kan Yao who says, welcome to the marketplace. You can find anything that you're looking for here, as long as the price is right. I'm good for it if you've got what I want, or tell me what you know of the Amphat, or I'll throw you far. Well, that doesn't sound very convincing. So let's go with that. That might produce a good response. He says, right to the point. I like that. So let's talk business. What can I interest you in? Right, the Amphat's been on the move recently. I need to know more. The Amphat, I might know something, but it's valuable information. That makes it dangerous. What can you offer me to make it worth the risk? See, I like this. I like this quest. I did tell you guys Winds of Change would get a little bit better. It's not just mindlessly slaughtering Afflicted the whole time. There are a lot of quests like this in Winds of Change. Not as many as I'd like there to have been. But yeah, this was, I remember when we first played, this was the one I really, really did enjoy. Remember enjoying quite a lot when we first started playing. Alright, what can we offer him? There's no risk to you. The Amphat will have to deal with me, and that will be the end of them. So can we convince him that we're a badass? He might not know of our exploits. I mean, I'm guessing we should assume they don't know, because if they did know who we were, then they probably wouldn't be talking to us. Or I can offer you a punch in the face. It's obviously what you need. Well, either way, we're having to convince him we're a bit of a tough guy. I'm going to say punch in the face, because he looks a bit rough around the edges, doesn't he? That's the oh no, that's not good. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Very well, I'll give you something out of pity. A name, Jay Zhao, Shadow whispered. I hope that in pursuing him grants you the death that you so richly deserve. Thank you, kind sir. How very nice of you. Okay, so that didn't go very well. Never mind, we got the information. So this is the thing, you can have good responses or bad responses, but you'll still essentially learn what you need to know. It's just that some dialogue will change later on. There's a person here called Shou-Ri who says, isn't this supposed to be a marketplace? Aside from that baker over there, it seems like most people are just standing around being shady. Actually, maybe that baker is the shadiest of them all. What mysteries does his bread hold? His bread, really? I actually quite like that because, yeah, it's supposed to be a marketplace, but it never really gave me that impression. Nails. How did you get a name like that? He says, you looking for something? I'm after something very specific. Maybe you can help me find it. The Amphat, tell me what you know about them, or by the time I'm done with you, you'll look like a dredge, only more so. Okay, I like that little reference to the dredge there. Actually, I think I remember first time I played, I told him I was a bit shady about it. He says, oh yeah, usually I don't find much except fights. Is that what this is about? You want to fight? I'm looking for a fight, yes, but it's with the Amphat, not you, or yeah, I think you could stand to have some smarts beaten into you. Let's say the Amphat. Let's beat around the bush a bit. He says, the Amphat, huh? That's a pretty serious fight you're picking. You must be crazy or stupid. Maybe both. Either way, I like you. You seem like an alright sort of person. What kind of accent is he supposed to have? What kind of writing is this? Alright? I suppose I say alright, not alright. Just rolling that L sounds so hard to do. So help me then, will you? Yeah, here's what I know. The Amphat came looking for me see, now he's dropped the pretense and he's just talking like a normal person. They were looking for some extra muscle to help with a job in Napui Quarter. Sounded like they were moving something or someone. Whichever, it seemed like a big deal. Maybe you should look into that. Okay, I'll have a look. I'm itching for some trouble. Right, thank you very much. Okay. I just realised I read that out loud, but didn't actually, like, register anything I'd read. Okay, so that's that guy. I want to speak to a few more people, or maybe we've kind of sampled the best of the bunch now. There's Vaidi we spoke to. Jarwen did we speak to? I think we have spoken to them all. There's a quote somewhere here. This person, like he said, about through the looking glass. There's another quote. I might have actually already read it, but it's kind of a stitch together of lots of the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who's famous lines. I think was that David Tennant? I don't know. I'm not a massive Doctor Who fan, but there's a guy here with some dialogue that's sort of massive references to that. And also, there's a really good reference that I want to show. But who is it? Maybe we should speak to Pan. If this triggers the end now. Did we speak to Chi? Yeah, that was the prostitute. Because she blatantly was a prostitute. We did speak to Jarwen. Okay, alright, we'll speak to Pan again. The thing is, me and Mike have repeated this quest so many times where we kept failing on it because it gets so hard in a minute that we kind of know very quickly how to trigger this first part of the quest that most of this episode is probably going to be spent on. He says, well, hello, can I interest in you something? Right. Yeah, tell me about the wares. When it comes to my art, I know things that no one else does. Here we go, yeah. I've travelled across the land, searching far and wide. Yes, all the secrets to understand. The power that they hide. Yes, that's a Pokemon reference if you guys don't know. The original theme tune, the best theme tune to Pokemon. A nice little reference there. I love the idea that there's an ArenaNet developer out there, one of the writers, who is a fan enough of Pokemon to have written that in. That's just brilliant. I love the idea, and I want to meet whoever it was who wrote it. Anyway, once you've had a taste of what I'm offering, you won't consider speaking to anyone else. Mind you, it's been long enough, right? They've done enough references in this game. It's been about time that they finally did a Pokemon one. Alright, I'm sold, we say. What's it going to cost me? What are you offering? He says 25 gold. Why do I get the feeling he's scamming me? 25 gold for the best bread you'll ever have in your entire life. Wait, did you just say bread? I was actually hoping to purchase information about the Ampha. Well, that's a bit forward, isn't it? He says, I think your espionage skills need a bit of work. I'm clearly just a baker, but let me tell you this, the Ampha are everywhere, and they're not always out in the open. Someone here is one of them, and I guarantee it, but I don't know who. If you find the information you're looking for, be careful of it. How do you know it isn't someone telling you exactly what you want to hear? I'll keep that in mind, thanks. So we've got our 3 responses, bad responses, okay? So, oh no, we got the good response, actually. Alright, so Fa Yu, the Shadow's Eye, has run in and started attacking us. He says, it appears you might be too clever for your own good. We're going to die. We're going to fail here because I'm not in the right place. I need to move over there. He says, for your own good, savor the knowledge that you've gained while you can, because it's going to die here with you. Zanhai says, looks like this was their idea of a trap. They've got the marketplace covered. And we say that we are being ambushed. No, we say, let me tell you something. Never put me in a trap. Worse foes than you have tried. Now, think about that. How did things end up for them? There you go. That's the Doctor Who reference right there. Yeah, and we've wiped. There you go. Look. I'm all dead. Right. Yeah, this quest is very difficult. This is what happens, okay? So we actually got the good reward there. I thought we would have got the bad one. We had a few bad responses. So let's actually be businesslike about this and figure out the best way to complete this. So this quest is very, very difficult. I would say almost unreasonably so. However, there are some nice rewards at the end of Winds of Change for completing in hard mode. And me and Mike spent, I don't know, Mike, what do you think? About 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer, on this same quest. This quest literally involves 2 seconds at the start running to the NPCs to trigger the second part, and then a defense encounter with all the Ampha running in and ambushing you. And we spent ages just redoing the quest over and over and over and over and over again, trying all kinds of different builds and loads of different things, desperately trying to figure it out. It was very hard, but when we finally completed it, it felt amazing. It was so good to have actually been able to complete all of this stuff and sit back and say, yes, we've completed Winds of Change hard mode. So, yeah, I'll say I think we were both a little bit bummed out that it got made easier afterwards. And I know someone in the guild who was playing it kind of on his own in hard mode. Who were the 3 characters we used to speak to? I think it was these 3. So there was a guy in the Alliance who only managed to complete it after it was sort of made easier. I guess, you know, I should be happy that it's been made easier. What should I really care how hard the game's been for everyone else to get through? But it was very difficult in the first place. I guess we'll see how hard it is now. But there are a lot of tactics and a lot of interesting things to do. I don't know how unreasonable it is anymore. The way we usually just triggered it was doing this. We'd just pick the top option constantly, and that would trigger the spawn of everyone. So there you go, a couple of seconds, and the first 17 minutes of this video we've already completed. Fa is going to run through. He's got some interesting aggro. If you walk next to him while he's allied like that, the AI on him will still think, right, we should charge and we should attack. Hold on, let me micro. Where is it? There we go. All this soul twisting. So you see there how he was nowhere near us, but he ran over to attack anyway. Well, this is because we were close to him while he was allied, which is kind of interesting. It's good though because it allows you to put him away, and you can start this whole fight. Oh shit, my build's still all messed up. I don't have critical agility. It allows you to start this fight in a better location. Now, Wikipedia and a lot of people will recommend you go to different locations. They'll recommend you stand over in this corner over here. But here's the catch with this quest. A lot of Ampha are going to come running at you out of nowhere. If you're caught out in the middle, like I kind of was there, you will be swarmed by a lot of groups of Ampha all at the same time, and they will all run in at you and they will kill you very, very, very quickly. So you've got to be careful. You don't want to be caught out. You want to be in a corner where it's unlikely you're going to aggro more than one group at once. So this place is quite nice because you're pretty much safe from other groups, and you can kill this group as they spawn, which this isn't the same as killing groups as they spawn like in the courier quest we did yesterday. I need to stop attacking with empathy on me. Putting way too much pressure on my team. This isn't as the same as in that courier quest that we did yesterday, where if you attack them quick enough, it meant that they wouldn't be able to fight you back, because they do literally just spawn here and start fighting instantly. However, it is quite nice because it's safe and you can knock them out very, very quickly. There's going to be 3 spawns in this corner, at least back before it was nerfed. There were 3 spawns in this corner that you can knock out, and then you can start looking at picking away at all the other groups. The only risk with this tactic, okay, that me and Mike were trying, we didn't actually complete the quest using this tactic in the end, now that I think about it. The only problem is the Zanhai, after you get attacked, becomes allied, right? He'll join your party, and he'll try and run towards your party. But the problem there is he could take a while to do so, and he himself might have aggroed some of the extra groups in the area, and what do you know, he's ran into you, and now they're all sort of surrounding you. So, with the sudden realisation that that's not actually how me and Mike finished it in hard mode in the end, I'll try it in the other location, so let's go back in there. And I'll show you the wiki recommended location. And a cool place to flag one of your heroes as well, which is quite nice. Just give me a second to talk to these guys. I'm sure you guys don't want to see it again. Actually, also, what I can do is read out the fail dialogue, because I'm pretty sure that doing it this way will just be an instant fail. If you're playing through this with a friend, it's quite nice. We ended up doing this so much. We kind of had a little thing worked out where one of us would go flag the stuff and speak to the chef while the other one would come over here. It was just quite a nice little system. It was so streamlined by the end. But this was a fun quest, even though it was difficult, okay, this quest, even though it was really, really difficult, it was also short. Like, you can get back in there very quickly. You don't have to wade through like 20 minutes of fighting trash mobs like you often did in Prophecies. Why am I going over here? It's this way. Like you often did in Prophecies. Here, you can literally, so we want, wait, was Razza our SOS or our soul twisting? Wait, our soul twisting I can't micro on our own, can I? Alright, well look, Livia's the healer. It's nice to have someone like flagged back there, I tend to find. Usually soul twist is probably better to have there. Thingy will run over now. Zanhai, here you go, so we can fight him. I should have changed my build as well. Yeah, but so let's just see how this goes, I guess. You've got this group coming over here. Don't forget one will spawn over there. Just as long as you kind of stay as close into the corner as you possibly can. Not so close that you're going to be spiked down if any AoE come on you. I kind of recommend, obviously, what I've just put here. But this is kind of a decent spread, and hopefully we'll be all right here. You've got another group there. Yeah, this is definitely way easier than before. Last time we were playing this on hard mode, there were loads of groups running around. There's way less now. But yeah, this was really hard, but the best thing about this quest was it was still fun, and I think he'll agree as well. It was a really cool quest to be playing. Oh yeah, Zanhai's nice because he's actually a smiting monk, so he's got Holy Wrath and like Strength of Honor on me, which is really, really cool. It was fun because it was short, right? You could, if you would fail it, and you could get straight back in there and try again, and you stayed motivated and you wanted to keep going at it, which was the really, really awesome thing. It's like, you know, super hard platforming games like Super Meat Boy. You know, I was massively into Super Meat Boy for a long time, and you could fail a single jump on that a million times. Well, no, not a million times. I've got to stop exaggerating. That's become really bad lately. But you know, you could fail a really difficult jump a lot of times. You could be going at it for like an hour, just one level. But because it's so quick, you die and then that's it. There's no game over screen to sit through or anything. Almost a second later, before you've even had a chance to get pissed off about it, oh hey, you're back in there. You're ready to run in. We really need more hex removal. This empathy is really pissing me off. I mean, Jesus, and I'm body blocked and I was overextended. Crap. Crap. But this is pretty easy now. There we go. Let me get the ball. I think we're pretty safe. So yeah, this is a nice corner. Yeah, even though you just got to jump straight back in there, and I definitely got the feeling that same feeling with this quest. It was you know, you'd fail, you'd think, right, let's tweak this, let's go again. I might actually fail here. This is ridiculous. Come on, unflag. Everybody get close. Shit. I know why I'm dying here. It's because Livia was out of range. I was way out of range. Come on, there's just one group. All you got to do is spike them out, guys. You're being harassed in the back line, I know. Oh, don't fail me now. I'm struggling here, and I feel like I shouldn't be. This is such a disservice to how hard this was before. You should have seen it before, guys. It was ridiculous. If I'd actually got off my arse and let's played at the rate that I originally intended to. Do you know I had all of Winds of Change? I was intending to have all of this finished for the start of March, and we'd just be like purely Guild Wars 2 focused at this point. Like, genuinely, that was my original plan, but we had so many breaks with like War and Cry and stuff that it never ended up happening. Speaking of like the rate of videos and stuff, I got the job. Today. I got a phone call. I got told I've got the role. I don't have lots of information on what's going on with it. I'm thinking of like putting an advert out in the Gazette or something, or calling the company to see if anyone's up for carpooling. Oh no, come on, no, get out of the AOE. No. Oh shit. Are you serious? Are you serial? Are you super serial right now? Razza, come over here. Come over here, Razza. I'll need your help. We failed this. We have totally failed this. Ooh. Shit. Well, there's the Tengu. Maybe if the Tengu kill the Ampha, though. If the Tengu kill the Ampha, I think we will still have completed the quest. That warrior's dead. No. Aggro them over here. This way. Will the Amphav patrol over here? How many's left? Just one. A Necromancer. 2? And an Elementalist. They're not going to kill him. Come on. Please, Amphav, run over to me. Yes, 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 yes. Go, Tengu, go! Go! I think we will literally complete this even if we've wiped here. Go! Kill the Necro. Kill the Necro. They're going to die. They're going to... No, no, no. There you go. Do you see what... Oh, okay. One assassin. One assassin versus a single Elementalist. I wish I had a better view of this. Or hell, I could even see their health a little bit better. Go, assassin! Go! I feel like I'm actually playing Pokemon. Shit! No! Damn you! One last go for Spirit of Bloodsong. Ah. Alright, guys. I can't believe that. That was so fail. I'm going to cut it until we're back at the end. See you in a sec. Oh, man. What a difference it really makes to be able to just actually pay attention. And as soon as you start commentating, I swear to God, it goes out the window for me. I'm still to this day surprised how much easier it is to focus on this game while you can actually look and focus. In fact, I kind of want to leave that whole run in there. That went almost perfect. It was brilliant. But yeah, so I have actually failed a couple of times coming back in through here. You'll see on my bar, I decided to make Tom a secondary monk, right? I went to the Great Temple of Balthazar just to do this, just so that I could get Remove Hex, because I've got Remove Hex everywhere that I possibly can, like Hex Removal on my team. And I was still just constantly eating Empathy, which is particularly annoying when you're relying on flashing blades for your defense. So yeah, I got rid of a bunch of that. And it went really, really, really smoothly. Just be careful when you aggro. I definitely do... I don't recommend, okay, going in and fighting the backliners. Because if you're fighting the assassins that are harassing your backline, that means that all of the AoEs that perhaps these elementalists are going to start sending in is going to be wasted. It's going to go straight into your backline and seriously do a lot of damage to you. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend staying out the front. Seriously, just stay out the front, do what you can. And catch groups as you can. As you start commentary in there, and I ran down to that one down there. Very, very important. If you can catch those guys, that stops you having to fight 2 at the end here. And should, in theory... Why are you lot dying? What the hell's going on? Oh, nobody had died up to this point. Look, look, look. Everybody just on this last wave. This is the 3rd time I'm fighting this last wave like this. Just seems to eat so much damage on this last wave. What is it? Because I unflag when I run over here? Don't underestimate how important it is to be in the right position on this. Because I'll tell you what, right? This is still way easier than when me and Mike were doing it, but I'm telling you, it can catch you off guard. The Amphav hit really hurt if you let them. And we've got a lot of them to fight as well as we go through Winds of Change. So, anyway, at least now it looks like we've actually completed it. Huzzah! That took 44 minutes to film this episode. Oh, wait, hold on. We got a warrior over here. Oi! Get away from my friends. There we go. Finished at last. So Zanhai says, now that the trash has been dealt with, what have you learnt? We say, we're looking for someone named Jiju, Shadow whispered. There's something going on in Napui Quarter that's drawn the attention of a large number of Amphav, and it's likely the two are related. And then Zanhai says, then we know where we must head next. Whoever this Jeju is, he's important enough to the Amphav that they can no longer afford to act discreetly. He must have some connection to the Chalice of Corruption. Let's go find out. Brilliant. So there we go. Quest updated, tracking the corruption. We can go back out, collect our reward at long last. Can you guys tell I'm quite happy and upbeat today? Oh, I'm so happy I got this job. Oh, it's just such a relief. It's awesome. And yeah, what this also means is where I've been working currently, I've got like a week off now. I don't have to go in next week. So this kind of gives me at least a week, maybe even 2, before I start my new placement and potentially have very long commutes and things get a bit weird with the videos, to maybe set up a backlog of stuff. Maybe I could start working on some things that, you know, I've had a million ideas of things to do lately. And now I might actually have the chance to do some of it. Although I'm not sure what really I should do. Maybe I'll do the guild mag thing. Oh, there's so much. If you guys have got anything in particular, I will have time to start doing stuff. So, hey, let's see. Zanhai says, this was a worthwhile endeavour. We learned the name of the one who we are after and where they will be. As a bonus, we removed a little filth from the streets. All that's left is to remove the threat so that it never rears its head again. Come, speak with me once more when you are ready. Oh, we'll be ready tomorrow. So, yeah, I hope you guys have fun today. The press press beta thing's coming out. Lucky bastards. So, we've got lots of footage and stuff to watch. I hope you guys have a good evening if you're going to be watching that stuff or whatever your plans are. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time for more interesting Winds of Change stuff with the Amphav. And I do genuinely quite enjoy it from this point on. So yeah, I will see you next time.